we're gonna have multiple lessons. This is part 1. We're gonna be mixing a song. I'll show you how to mix a song with stock plugin only. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna be teaching you how you can mix your vocal with Reaper you only using stock plugin. So we're gonna go through it like this is your first time. I'm gonna show you step by steps how to open it, how to lay out your track. We're gonna have multiple lessons. This is part 1. We're gonna be mixing a song. I'll show you how to mix a song with stock plugin only. So this is my layout. This is the song. I'll play the song for a little bit to show you how it sounds like, and then we're gonna go to the tutorial.
Nah, yeah, I'm a survivor. You don't wanna play with me. The angel fighting for me. I got the grace of God in me. I can't deny it. I'm a survivor. You don't wanna play with me. The angel fighting for me. I got the grace of God in me. To understand life, you gotta live backwards. So now I live my life forward. Everybody want freedom when they speak. I comprehend now every time I sleep. When I get anxiety, freedom, dizziness. If God is for me, ta-da-da, who can be against me, ta-da-da. People understood me poorly, now they don't even understand me, homie. How did he get what he have now? Why will he change that he pray now?
So we're back. So like I told you, I'll show you step by steps. Once you open Reaper, you will come here. So pretend this is blank, and you will click here, new, to create a new project. Okay, or you can come here, you click here, new project. You have a new project without any tracks. So if you want to create tracks, you come here on the blank, you double click, it will create you a new track. And if you want to, you can come here to track, insert new track, or you can tap Control T, Control plus T on your keyboard. That will create you a new track. And you need to lay out all your tracks. For me, I have my introduction first. I put my intro here, and I put my chorus in the bottom. And by the way, this is my lead chorus, and that's the backup one. And then I'll put my lead verse, and then I'll put my backup for the verse. Okay, so verse 1, verse 2, and so long. And then I'll put my instrument in the bottom. So my instruments start here. I'll put my kick, my snare, I'll put my hi-hat, bass, melodies, and the last one I'll put my reference. So that's how I'm gonna be laying out my tracks. And on the top I'll put all my effects. This is gonna be my vocal reverb, my vocal slap delay, and this is another half quarter note delay, and that's for my instrument reverb, and I'll put another note delay reverb. So that's just the layout. And then you need to color your tracks so you know what is what. Okay, so for example, my reverb, I color them this color. So you can go tracks, and you go tracks color. You can customize your colors, or random colors, whatever you want, right? You choose from here. Or you can also create, it's gonna be like this, it's gonna be blank, and you can click on it and you say what kind of color you want. So for example, you want this one to be yellow, you click OK, and that's gonna be yellow. Okay, just delete that. So that's how you're gonna be laying out your trucks, and you're gonna be doing the color. And you name them. You have to name them. To name the trucks, you have to double click on the trucks and then you name them. You put whatever you want there. So you double click and then you name them. Okay. And once you have all this, I'll show you how I like my layout. This is my layout for my trucks. So once I click on the trucks, you'll see it's gonna be showing on the side. For example, on the trucks here, this one it shows on the side. My effects, I didn't put them. I only choose my tracks, like my intro to show on the side. So this is my mixer tracks on the side. So you see the number 7 shows you number 7, number 8, number 8. So number 9, number 9. How would you do that? How would I do that? If you go to option and you have to scroll down. So once you come, it's gonna be like this, and then you have to scroll down all the way down, and you're gonna see layout. And you see I have layout default by default, but you have to go to mixer panel. On mixer panel, I choose layout CA large, and on my master panel, master mixer panel, I choose AA standard. So that's how you choose this type of layout. And you go to theme. My theme is default 5.0. So that's my theme and that's my layout, and you will have the same layout. You can also go to your preferences. I like always going to my preferences and just go through the general and see what you need and your path and where you want to save your project. Once you start laying out all the sample on the trucks where you're gonna be putting them, you just check both. I check both most of the time, and I check audio, so you see what you have. And if you wanna check the device, and all this is here for you, and you click OK. So once I check the general, I see everything is okay to create. I check my path. I put my path where I want it to save new project. Where you choose here, you can browse and you can choose where you want to save your truck, your project, and then you click OK. So I already did that. I don't have to do it. So once we do that, the next one is once we're gonna be laying out all the sample. So how you gonna lay your sample? I'm gonna open like a file over here, and as you drag them and lay them over here, drag it and lay it, drag it and lay it. Or if it's a new vocal, you can just go here and record your vocal. You see, like right now it's recording. You just record your vocal. So but this is just the mixing. I'm just gonna show you the mixing right now. So if you have everything, I suppose you already have everything, right? But I need to show you all the steps, like I said. So once you get to this stage, you can start now mixing your stuff. So the first thing we're gonna be doing is check all the volume. So you lay out all your tracks, your intro, your chorus, your verse, whatever verse, how many verse, and then your outro. In my case, I already have my instruments. So I have my kick, my snare, hi-hat, bass, melodies, and I like to lay out my references. You don't need it at this stage, but if you already have it, it's good to just lay it out so you know you can name it already like I show you. So don't worry about the effects. We'll go through that on the next tutorial. This is part one. So just to show you the first steps. And now you're gonna check out the volume. You check out the volume. Okay. Make sure all the volume are satisfied to your ear and to the instrument. Sometimes you don't have all the instruments like I do, and you can just create one track for instrument here and you just lay it down here. Some people do have like instrument already made, but for me, I make all my instruments, so that's why I have my kick, my snare, and everything. So just make sure when you balance your volume, so actually it's called balance volume. When you balance all the volume, make sure they all are equally to your ears, right? So they all sound even. They're not the instrument is not too loud, or the volume is not too loud. So just make sure it's like that. For example, let's play my intro and you just see how that sound with the instrument.
God, let's go.
So for example, let me highlight 7, and you're gonna see how much volume it's over here from the mixing panel.
God, let's go.
That's my intro, one of the track. So at this stage you already know, so make sure all the volume doesn't exceed 12. So it's gonna be around 12 to 6, right? Balancing from here once you have all the tracks layout. And the next thing you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to pan your vocal. So for me, I have pan it. You have to pan all the vocal, all your instruments and the vocal, all your samples. So for the introduction, I have 2 in the center. I have pan it 65 on the left, 65 on the right. So make sure it's balanced. Whatever you do, you balance everything. On the chorus, this is my lead. I told you that before. I have on my lead on the center, and I pan all my backup vocal all the way to 100 left, 100 right. So I have this one is together 1 1, and this one is together 2 2. So 1 2 1 2 1 1 1 1. I hope you got it. And this is the third one. I pan it 65 on the left, 65 on the right. So always make sure it's balanced. Once you have one, and you gotta add another one to balance the one you have before. So that's basically my chorus. On my verse, so this is the verse. I have my lead, 2 lead in the center, and I also have my backup lead, pan it 65 left, 65 right. And this one is the backup too. So I have 100 on the right and 100 on the left. So left, right, and the last one is just additional. So this goes together. Verse 1, 2, verse 1, 2, verse 1, 1, verse 1, 1. So always balance it. Same thing with the second one, verse 2, 1, verse 2. So the red one is my lead, and this one are my backup. So make sure you balance all this stuff. Once you balance all this stuff, you have to balance your outro also. It's my outro. Balance your outro. And you're gonna have to balance your instruments. So your instruments, if you have one instrument, like I said before, just lay out here. You don't need to balance it. I think your producer will already do all this stuff I'm gonna show you now, how to mix your instruments. So how you gonna volume and pan your instruments. Your kick always go to the center, and your snare goes a little bit on the right. So my kick is in the center. For example, let me show you how that looks like. I selected, you see here 55, track 55, and take a look in the meter. You'll see. So you got it. So don't let this fool you because I put 1%. I always look to my meter to make sure it's balanced. So all the level are the same. Same thing with my base. I always balance, always put on the center. So I put 0.5 because it was maybe going off. But let me. So you see it was in balance, right? So it was in the center. So always center your stuff. And my melody, I center, probably this is the same melody. I center the one that it's the main melody. So the one I usually call the melody one for my main melody. And this is my second melody. And that's my third melody. Put on the left, and this is the one that goes to the chorus. I also pan it to the left. So that's how you're gonna pan your melody. This is how I pan my melodies. So you have that wideness once you mix your stuff. So basically this is the first part, and stick around. We have a lot of stuff to go through. Now we're gonna go through the main bus. We'll see what is in the mid bus and what's the effect that I use on the second part. So make sure you like and you subscribe to the channel. I'll see you to the next part.